More 2025 dates will be announced very soon. Limited tickets left for Columbus on October 4th and Detroit on October 5th. Tickets and all upcoming tour dates at tomsegura.com/tour.
Welcome to your mom's house.
Hello, mate.
Hello,
Welcome
Governor.
to another episode of your mum's house.
My
you doing?
mum says,
My mum.
do it.
No. Nay.
Nay. That's been a new one in the cigar house, is the Australian nay.
Nay.
It's terrible, the nay.
How you going?
Nay. Yeah, I'm so tired. I've been like, the kids have been waking me up, and you've been waking me up, snoring so bad.
The fucking balls on this broad.
So bad.
The fucking
Yeah.
balls on this broad.
Yeah.
I've been going to sleep every night, and every fucking night you
broad.
have been snoring like a donkey. And you know what ends up happening? I just go, well, just let her do it.
I have cancer
And
time.
then, exactly.
I
And
can
so
do whatever I
go,
want. I have license
fucking,
to ill
here
now.
goes the cancer shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with my Invisalign shit, and I keep my mouth shut, and I go, let her do it. And then I fall asleep, and then I'll hear, Tom, hey. And I'm like, huh, what? And you're like, you're snoring. And I'm like, you're fucking snoring. And you're like,
that to me this
yeah.
morning.
I'm like, Jesus, you snore.
Yeah, I laughed.
And then you're like, turn over, do something, move. I'm like, okay. Like, I've been dealing with your bullshit snores for months now.
So what? I have to
You did
sleep
laugh
on
when
my.
I said it to you?
I laugh, yeah, because you're like, you snore, because that's how my mother used to. Oh, everybody, hold on. Tom's putting chapstick on with his mouth open again. Where you really get those corners moistened, huh? Lubricated.
It's
Do
the
you-
proper way to put on
Do you
chapstick.
like the smell of this chapstick?
No, I don't like this one at all.
It smells
But
terrible.
I just want to have,
Let me hook you up. There's better flavs in
Okay.
the world.
okay?
I have to sleep on my back because of my fake tits, sweetie. They're healing stuff.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I get a cancer pass for like a year. You have to be much nicer to me.
I know.
Can I tell you a secret
What?
now that we're past it?
What?
It's almost as bad as
Are you about to say,
putting holes in the
guess what? I didn't have
I
cancer?
didn't have cancer this whole
Oh,
time.
that's awesome.
As putting holes in the wall for the hamster.
Yeah.
The day that I got my biopsy, the nurses were joking and they were like, you should tell him it was really worse than it was, that he treats you nicely. And I was like, I think I'm going to try that. I totally faked that it was bigger than it was to get you to be nicer to me. They did punch a hole in my tit and there was blood everywhere. That's true.
You told a very dramatic story. I remember. It was
Tell me, because I did
Wait,
ham it up.
let
a
me
little.
ask you, how did I respond? Was
You were
I,
no, you were first. You were like, "Can you drop me off at the office after your biopsy?" And I was like, "No, I have a hole in my tit and I'm high on Xanax. I can't drive you anywhere."
okay, but then?
And then you were like, oh, "Okay, yeah, okay." And then you were nice to me.
Okay.
You were super nice to me.
So intended goal achieved?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you told a harrowing tale. You were like, they were supposed to just make this. They told me it was going to be a small incision, and it ended up being just so much bigger. And there was so much blood. There was blood on the floor. Blood was shooting out
It's
of me.
true
and I
though.
was like,
That part's
God.
true. There was blood everywhere. That's the truth though.
You're like, it's way, way more intense than they would describe. I think it was just they didn't expect it to be the way it was. And I was like, oh wow.
It was fun to fuck with you. I was so high on Xanax that it probably should have been more traumatic than I felt.
And then the
Do you know what I mean? I
evil
was
nurses
so high.
and you together were like, you know what you
Conspired.
should do?
They're like, you should tell it Macam. You know how women talk.
Yeah,
They're
of
like, you
course.
should tell it Macam.
You should back up to stuff that you bought.
Yeah. It's like when you get your makeup done
Yeah.
for a TV show and they're like, your husband should check you out. You look hot. But
Look
you don't
hot,
because in real life you look crazy.
He's like a psycho.
You
Yeah.
look like a whore, a
Yeah.
clown whore.
Yep.
So anyway, I did lie to you a little bit. I embellished. I
Okay.
believe is
But you're
the
just so
word.
you know, I'm not embellishing about your snoring. It is intense and it's
How
every
loud
night.
is it?
It sounds like a fucking grown man, like a trucker
Don't lie.
taking a nap.
Why don't you record it?
Yeah.
Record it.
Okay, I'll record it.
Yeah, you know technology.
Yeah, I know how to press record. Yeah, I'll do it.
Do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
And then I'll surprise you on the show.
What should I do? Tape my mouth shut again?
No. Just do it.
All right.
Just do your thing. I'll deal with it.
All right.
I'll deal. Would you like to open the show?
Mm-hmm.
Ready to have some fun today? Ready to have a good time?
I'm ready to have a good time.
You ready to?
Yeah.
To do our thing. Here, hold on.
YouTube is trying to fuck our shit. Fuck that. We got to do that. Feel me?
Yeah,
That's what
she's
you're
right.
doing.
It's a
They're
real
trying to
problem.
fuck our shit still?
Always. It's just the whole thing. The whole world's changed with them.
I know, and meanwhile, some guy that puts his finger in his butt and nares his asshole.
That's fine. He's teaching
fine.
you.
My kid can go see him
Yeah.
do that stuff.
He's like, this makes me look bigger when I trim my dick like this. And you're like,
Unreal.
okay, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's fucking. Don't let your kids on YouTube.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's do something nice. How about a nice way to open the show?
Okay, yeah.
A nice clip. Let's
Sure.
do that.
Are you a bitch
Uh-oh.
that loves seeing a nigga
Oh.
jack his dick off when I'm exhausted and tired from doing the act? Will you love the finale? Me of busting my cum in your mouth?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Wow.
Welcome to your mom's house.
Wow.
Tom Segura.
Good opener.
It's intense.
What part?
Welcome to your mom's house.
I think the most menacing part is just the stare. It's so fucking dialed up.
Yeah. Can I write stuff down? Give me your pen. That chapstick smells bad.
Yeah.
It smells like medicine.
Are you a bitch?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I hadn't considered
Mm-hmm.
his offer. I hadn't considered this as an option. And then his conviction and his level of certitude,
Yeah.
I might be on board with watching him do this. But I don't want to eat.
Seriously, I never would have imagined 100 years that this was going to go to this. Really?
I don't like the use of the N word. I don't want it.
Okay.
But let's play it again because I want to make sure I know what the offer is. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty confused by it too. Here, let's go back to it.
Are you a bitch
Yes.
that loves seeing a nigga jack his dick off when I'm exhausted
He's exhausted.
and tired from doing the act?
From jacking off. That's what he's saying.
Will you love the finale?
Not a blink yet.
Me of
Wow.
busting my cum in your mouth?
I don't want it in my mouth.
Where do you want it?
Anywhere else.
Anywhere else?
Anywhere else. No,
Forehead?
not in my mouth. No.
Well, that's what you said. Anywhere else?
I'm just thinking, like, it's so intense.
Yeah, this dude is on the verge. I mean, he is. This kind of gives you. You know, this is good for women to see. This is a level that all men get to. We don't always articulate it, but this is. We're all. It's all possible. Like men always have a hum, right? Of like,
Yeah.
I need to come, and it just stays there. And then if you let enough time pass and you arouse a guy enough, and he's denied so many, then he just gets to like, do you want to see me jack off in your mouth? Like every guy can see this on some level and go like, well, I've been there. I mean, I didn't make a video. I didn't make the video, but I've been there.
Because we've seen many a frenzied, horny man.
Yeah. This is
This is different.
This is
Contained.
contained, but it's contained erotic rage, right? That's what it is.
It is,
He's
yeah.
not screaming, but
It's-
his dick is. Like he's about to fucking.
He's at a 20.
Yeah,
If he doesn't
exactly.
come right now with somebody else. Now, here's the thing.
What I find interesting is that we always tell women, or tell people, men, women don't like this. But here's what's interesting, audience. This video played, and the woman in the room was like, I wouldn't mind watching this. So it just shows you that when you have conviction and when you
Yes.
when you really have drive, there is somebody who's willing to say yes.
Well, I think only because his level of salesmanship and his conviction, it's the emotional. It's like when you watch a talk. Hold on.
Okay.
It's not about the algorithm. It's about your emotion at the time. And he is so keyed up. You're right. It's a rageful sexual energy.
Yeah.
Now, is it that he needs someone else to watch him come, or that he just needs to come right now? It's the other person has to be there.
Well, it's an interesting thing that you said. First of all, I'd like to say, ultimately, what sold you on this is something that you, as a man, you hear
Passion.
your whole life, which is confidence.
Passion.
Like passion,
Yeah.
that women
I'd
respond
watch
to
it.
that. See?
I'd watch it, but I don't want the cum in my mouth because I don't know him.
Again, you're only saying it's not allowed in your mouth. Is it allowed on your
Well, don't
fucking-
put it on my body. Just come somewhere else.
somewhere
Why do you
else.
have to come on me?
I didn't know that you were willing to be in the same room. I thought you just meant,
I don't know about that. He didn't say that, did he?
Well, I don't think no one asked for that specificity but you. I mean, this feels like something you could say, like, I'd watch the video, and here you are being like, just keep it out of my mouth.
Here's the thing. I've seen many a guy masturbate in public,
Yeah, sure.
on public transportation,
Yeah.
on park benches, homeless people,
Okay.
and under tunnels, under freeways.
Got it.
It's fine. But I don't know if I wouldn't want to be so close to him in proximity because this could
understand.
go somewhere else.
Yeah, of course it could.
But I'd watch a vid. We've seen.
We were all thinking vid. You were
Yeah.
the only one who was like, just not on my leg. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd
yeah.
watch. Do we have the
I don't think
footage?
anybody imagined you being in the same room as the guy.
I mean, that, yeah.
Again,
That would be.
that's the only place your mind went.
Let me ask you this. Why is he
Okay,
wearing
pivot
his
away from that reality.
headphones
Okay.
askew? Why are the headphones?
He's probably in a truck and he's on break right now. He's just delivering something and driving cross country.
That's your Amazon guy.
Yeah.
This is in
This is an
between
Amazon driver.
packages.
Yeah.
He's so keyed up, dude.
And you forget that's who's filling the world up is people like this are doing regular jobs too.
Regular people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's really wild to think about people's secret proclivities and like what gets them ramped up.
This
and
guy's ready to nut.
I've never seen a guy this angrily.
Contained though.
Yeah, I'm looking for girls for pussy. Like we've seen the creepy horny, but this is a new type of horny.
But here's the thing.
Rage horny.
But this is what's interesting. And I think you're kind of like,
Sure.
you've never seen one of these and said like, I'd watch that. And then something about this man, maybe because he's not an ugly guy. He's
attractive.
He's not a creepy guy, but he's saying some pretty wild shit. And you're like, I'd check it out.
You know what though? Hold on, Tom. I'd like to point out that since this show has started, I've evolved.
Oh,
I've
okay.
changed.
Yeah.
I'm an older broad. I'm more accepting. Now I watched Will Blunderfeld stand on his head and masturbate into his own mouth
I
Yeah.
have cum all over my face.
a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open.
Okay.
I'm more open.
All right. Cool.
Once you
Okay, you come.
that one I'll never like,
See?
but that one's not. It's so tiny.
Yeah,
It's
but-
sad when he comes. It's so anticlimactic, and the
His-
buildup is so
His
long.
jizz is so terrible.
It's so pathetic, and it's
Yeah.
because of
Let me see all that cum.
his his circulatory system is not healthy.
When I heard he died, I'll say this.
Shocked.
I was not surprised. I
Shocked.
was not like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing this. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of our words, did
Yeah.
you know that I'm so happy to announce
my
this. I don't know if
God.
you guys follow my social media. You really should because I love breaking these stories
Uh-huh.
in my stories that they finally released Black Down Syndrome Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, very retarded.
Yeah. And?
Well, could you bring up the post, Zolo? Because as always, the comments are really what kills me.
Yeah.
So it's a news report where this woman is like, due to the huge demand in the Black community, Mattel has decided to make Black
Down syndrome Barbie.
And
Yeah.
of course, the comments are just like, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Like, could you not?
Yeah.
Fucking retarded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is she? Bring up
Yeah.
that post.
Some dumb country bitch.
Mattel releases the first ever we can't play this audio, right?
Yeah, probably not.
So here's what the audio is saying. If you're not, obviously, that due to the large demand in the Black community, that Mattel has finally done it, and this white lady here, Candy, is here to tell us how amazing it is, and how there's 3 arrows to represent the third, chromosome or whatever, but also if you'll notice, which I find, and this is an actual Down syndrome girl playing with it, if you'll notice, this Barbie still kind of hot, like skinny.
Don't compliment that bitch.
She's skinny and still effable, which is kind of creepy. Don't you think? I'm just pointing out that.
Well, here's the thing. If you hadn't said anything, I'm just saying, I would never look at this Barbie and go, oh, it's the Barbie with Down syndrome.
Right.
Like, I can't figure that out.
Right. So it's still kind of creepy that a children's toy has to be fuckable.
Yeah, I mean,
she's still hot, which
she
is
just looks like she
gross.
has a black dad and a Korean mom is what this
Right.
kind of looks like, You've seen those, right? And you're like, wow, she's pretty hot.
Korean mom.
And you're like, that's a great mix.
Okay, let's see.
Holy shit! I thought I saw at a glance at that comment. I said, "Boy, that's Segura." I didn't actually read it, but wow. Okay.
Now, if only they hire Black designers on the Barbie team. Diversity inclusion needs to extend beyond the dolls.
That's a valid point.
It's so valid
Yeah.
point.
Scroll down more. Not for me over here, about to cry. This is the epitome of representation. Okay.
Okay.
Next is who asked for this.
That's the comment that got me.
Then
Who
it's-
asked for this?
Then the next comment is, I don't have a problem with the Down syndrome doll. I have a problem with it only being the first black with Down syndrome. As if Down syndrome don't exist in other races. Why couldn't it be a series of dolls?
I agree with that.
You know what this also highlights, though, is how the idea that everybody gets to comment on anything is just chaos. Like, this didn't exist. I always think about this didn't exist 20 years ago, where like you could just do things and you'd be like, I don't know, I think people like it. And like now everybody gets to tell you every one of their thoughts. Catering to sensitive people is so nice. Okay.
Yeah.
The most complaining set of people. Who?
But I agree. Like, why isn't there every race of Down syndrome doll?
So we wanted a Black syndrome doll? Bro, what? How a toy supposed to have Down syndrome? Good point, man. You're right. That doll doesn't actually have it.
Who would write that?
How is that your idea? That's bullshit. This doll doesn't have Down syndrome. Like, I
Prove
know.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this piece of plastic doesn't really have
Oh my
Down
God.
syndrome.
Where was the white doll at?
Agreed.
Y'all need to do shades.
Agreed. So where's the
All
white?
shades.
The white down. Why?
Looks like a regular Barbie to me.
Well, yeah. Like, is it such a prevalent thing in the Black community?
And this goes,
I didn't think
what
so.
the fuck? It looks like a normal black person. Yeah.
It does.
They always into something. This is not okay. Okay. I don't see the Down syndrome, but I'm happy they're being inclusive.
She's not Downsy enough. That's the problem.
I mean, here's the thing though. Imagine they didn't design one doll and go, here it is.
Right.
So that means in the early iterations, it was probably a doll that they were like, yo, this is, and they're like, what, you told us? The designers were probably like, well, we did what we do.
Of
and they're like,
course.
no.
They had to find just the right amount of Downs,
Yeah.
which is so gross. Like, how many focus groups did they sit down with and do this kind of stuff? It's just so bizarre.
I don't know. I just see a doll whose father was stationed abroad and did a couple tours and had a kid.
In Korea?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's exactly. I see.
I know. I don't think she is Downs enough. And also, like, she's still
Why
hot.
she couldn't be white?
Oh, what and about plus size Barbie. I think that was like the first one they did. Dipshit.
Is there a plus size Barbie?
Of course.
Let's see it.
That was
but
the
here's
first
the thing.
one. Is the fat.
It's going to be
Barbie.
just slightly bigger,
Yeah, of
and they're like, it's
course.
still hot. Don't
She's
worry.
not even Bridgerton fat. She's
Let's
just
see.
like.
Plus size Barbie.
Please, Penelope was much better. That is not accurate. That is not the Barbie they released.
I think it says ABC News.
No, find her for real.
Dances with fat.
Yeah, see, that's not real. That's not the real one. Because I collect these, don't you know? Every time they come out, I buy it.
You do buy these.
I have an entire collection of diversity Barbies.
Yeah.
Because it's the right thing to do, guys. I'm inclusive.
And
I
it's
love it.
important to remember that Mattel cares.
They do.
That's part of
Corporations really care.
Corporations are always about, like, how can we be more diverse?
Inclusion,
That's what we care about.
diversity.
Is that really the Barbie?
No, it's not. It's not.
Can you make it bigger?
They wouldn't put
Okay.
chins on it. No. It is.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
No fucking
What does it say
way.
under
That's
the photo?
not
What does
it.
the caption there say? Like the little caption. Can you make that
LMO,
bigger?
this is horrible. Hilarious.
It says artwork was created by Barbara. So yeah, I don't think it is real.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they wouldn't. It's too pig-like. Like they.
Yeah, it's
If they were gonna
exaggerated.
do it, they'd be like, "Hey, what's up with the fucking triple chin?"
Yeah, that's too exaggerated.
They just do a wider shoulder base and be like, "Oh, it's fat," you know.
It's
But
not. This Barbie's a size 0. Like real Barbie normal is like a 0.
Yeah.
So she's like a size 6, and they're like, she's obese. Like
Yeah.
that's still. It's guys.
This is. Oh my god, this is horrible. It's so funny.
Who asked for this? That was my favorite comment there.
I can't believe that
Who
people
asked for
really want
this?
that type of representation.
Look, but if
I
you're,
would never want to buy a photo or a doll that looked like me. I'd be like, no, like I would like to aspire to something better.
yeah, I know.
Like I know what I see in the mirror, and I don't want a doll of that. I want
know.
to see one where I go, oh, that'd be cool if I like Superman. You go,
Yeah.
like, oh, Superman. It's like this unachievable physique, but you go like, yeah, that's the
It's a point.
yeah. You go, that's the
You aspire.
You aspire to be like.
Much like our guest coming in today, Miss Kendall, she's an aspirational
Yeah.
figure. There's a reason her ass was on the Peloton bike, not mine.
I mean, that's
You
why
want to look like her,
it's the fitness influence. All the instructors are in
course.
great shape. Yeah.
of course. But we'll bring her in a minute. But that is so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my favorite one. Yeah, it was really, really cool. I was really
Very cool.
freaking radical. So what else? What you got for
Oh
me?
my God, there's so many cool things in here. Hold on, let me
Cool
see.
stuff?
Well, I mean, we spoke to Fancy Chef,
Yeah,
and
I
I've
know, I
never
was
been
here.
more excited. I know. I'm saying we spoke to Fancy Chef.
Oh, you're recapping for the audience.
Exactly. As a broadcaster, I'm just.
It's cookies in cream. Tom.
Yeah. Are you ready for UFC 307 this weekend going down in Salt Lake City? Well, you can get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook right now. All new customers who bet $5 will instantly get $200 in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code MOM. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code MOM and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code MOM, M-O-M, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Do you have a loved one whose native tongue isn't English? Why not impress them this holiday season by speaking their language? With Babbel, you can. Speak like a whole new you with Babbel, the language learning app that gets you talking. With quick 10-minute lessons, all handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel gets you talking a new language in 3 weeks. And because talking is the key to really knowing a language, Babbel is designed for real conversation. Babbel's tips and tools are inspired by the real-life stuff you'll actually need when talking. With a focus on conversation, you'll be ready to talk wherever you go. I have done multiple language learning apps, and I would say the one that I feel the most benefit from is clearly Babbel, especially the fact they also make you spell things, which is amazing what it does to your mind. Here's a holiday deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/YMH. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/YMH, spelled BABBEL.com/YMH. Rules and restrictions may apply.
And
so
cream.
it was interesting because my favorite, well, besides
Lavono.
the honor and the joy of speaking to Fancy Chef, who I've become a huge fan of, I was sort of floored and quite surprised that when I said, what can we have? He goes, whatever the fuck you want. And I go, great, sea bass. He's like, yeah, I don't fuck with seafood. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting thing. He's like, I don't want to get my hands on all that smell. I'm like, what? So,
Yeah.
but then our staff here, our crack staff, pointed out to me that he does sometimes,
I'm gonna add some fresh lemon.
The shrimp right there.
I'm gonna add some fresh lemon. That's nice. That's
That's a lot of
tasteful.
lemon.
That's
Jesus.
delightful. That's mouth watering. That's mouth fresh.
Is that lemonade?
That's tantalizing. That's beauty to your mouth. That gives you burst
Beauty.
of flavors.
I
That
love
gives you
his-
burst of love. That gets you connection with the chef. That's remarkable. That's nice. That's exciting. That's nice and pretty and beautiful in your mouth.
He's right.
That tastes wonderful. That tastes great. All those spices, all those things are nice.
It looks delicious.
Wow, that's easily a $3,000 or $4,000 dish from where I'm
course.
seen.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
I've seen some of
course.
his prices. They're wild.
Is that right? How much would this? You think this is
Well-
a $4,000 dish?
I don't know about this one, but he has. First of all, his price map is all over the place. So sometimes he's like, if you want this, I'll do $300 per person for this. If you want to host this type of event, and you're like, okay, like that's pricey, but like I've seen, events that they go, there's a price per head, and this is like top tier stuff. And then sometimes he'll be like, this is a dish, it's 15 grand, like for a dish. And you're like,
That's
wow.
crazy. I've
So
never.
I know he has his own like
What other like flecks of gold in it?
maybe sometimes
Trying to
I
think.
don't know.
What could? Is it rare meat? Maybe it's like imported snake
I mean, you're kind
from
of.
some country.
It's like you're asking Gandalf, how do you make this potion or something? It's like I don't know. It's like
Wow.
can it really give you the answer?
I got a burger going here.
A burger. I love burgers. I love burgers.
Check out my big burger. Ready?
Wow.
That's huge. How's he gonna
Yeah.
cook that through?
Also,
Give me a call.
it's such.
Call the chef. Nice. Listen.
Can I tell you what an
That's
interesting
so
choice it
big.
is to not flatten out the meat
Yeah.
and to prepare your burger as a meatball?
Mm-hmm.
Something I would say I've never seen actually done before.
Neither have I.
Most places, I've ordered a lot of burgers. What they do is
Mm.
they press it down, right? And they actually, even if it's large, they press it so that the burger cooks
Mm-hmm.
and kind of stays in a flatter circumference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but this huge softball of meat is really
There you go.
fascinating.
Chef's burger going here.
How's he gonna cook it through? I'm very
mean,
curious.
Again, it's like,
He's gonna fry it.
wow.
It's gonna take hours. Well, he's browning
He
it.
is, that you bring up a great point is that I don't think the heat will ever penetrate the center of that, but
No.
maybe that's
the fancy
appeal.
in the
Yeah.
fancy.
yeah. When you go, chef, this isn't cooked, and he goes, just eat it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's nice.
It's beautiful and nice.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
This is the type of stuff.
Oh, he told Zolo, go to the fucking store.
Is this home goods? Fancy and
Chef
nice.
want you to have when you want to eat fancy, and the chef likes stuff like this fancy. A lot of this stuff is going to go on sale for the holidays, but I want you to look into it. I want you to get it now. When the chef cooks for you, there's this type of plates and dishes that he wants to have to put the fancy food on, the fancy, fabulous food by the fancy chef.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you want to know something embarrassing about us?
Sure.
I don't even think we have fancy things like that.
Well, we don't have fancy things like that, but I'll tell you this. We're fucking getting it if he's coming.
Oh, of course.
If he said how to do it, so
We actually do eat off of paper plates a lot
A
because
lot.
I don't want to do the
I
dishes.
understand.
And I don't have matching anything.
Wow.
This is the mac and cheese.
Wow.
Never seen that color
This is it.
The cilantro in the mac and cheese?
on top.
Wow.
So nice.
Very interesting.
Do you think that's like mozzarella? Because I've never seen it white like that.
It's very creamy.
So
it could be ranch.
It could be ranch.
Because he does like to
He loves
incorporate
ranch.
ranch. Or strawberries in there. You never know. He loves strawberries.
My favorite, which I tried to get him to talk about, was dessert. Because I was like, you can. He was like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. And then he was like, yeah, I won't do that also. But
I just got a question for you. If you want to eat great, and you want a master gourmet chef to cook for you, and you need something done, or you need a function to go, all you got to do is call
That
me.
does
All
look
you gotta
nice,
do
the
is
pear.
call. All you got to do is hit up the chef. Don't be shy.
Wow.
That looks nice.
Look how nice, look how exquisite. Look how nice. Just look how summertime, dog. The chef has made, the chef has prepared. Look what the chef has created. Some masterpieces by the chef. The chef has created nothing but masterpieces by the chef. Nothing but masterpieces by the chef. Nothing but masterpieces.
It's interesting.
I'm so excited.
Oh, I am too. When is he? He's coming when? How much time do I have to wait?
Next week.
I'm going to save out this appetite.
Yeah, I
I'm going
wouldn't
to
eat
come in
until then.
good and hungry.
Yeah.
He has 3 different size bottles of Hennessy and 3 different size bottles of Bacardi in that. That's the
Fancy.
on the table.
I mean,
Well-
you have to know your guests. You don't know who likes what amount. It makes perfect sense to me.
And I'm sure it accompanies the pear flavoring nicely. He's thought this through.
Oh, yeah.
This is deliberate.
I can't wait to see the menu that he arrives with for us.
I can't wait. Do you think he'll send it over in advance for approval, or he's just going to surprise us?
I think we said ultimately do your thing. Like, just do your thing.
I want
You
New
are
York
gonna have-
strip is what he said.
He said
multiple
what?
Times. New York strip with like
Great.
red potatoes.
So I think what you should do, if you don't mind, is when you quadruple confirm that you could say, hey, we're now going to do a store run for you, chef, and then just go like, I was going to pick this up and pick that up. Is there anything else you need so that we have everything that he wants? You know,
Will do.
I mean, would it be worth going shopping with him and taking the crew and seeing how he shops? Maybe we get the food with him.
That's good content.
That's really interesting to see how he.
And
How does he price?
I just don't know if we could do it right. you know?
How does he price out a $15,000
That's a really good
plate?
producer
Let's
that
find
just made
out.
right there.
Yeah,
Good thought.
because that's how we can find out the
Sure.
logic of like.
I mean, I think he would. Yeah, that's a great idea. Is to be like, hey, so why does this cost this much? Since I just spent $37, why is it 15,000?
What is? Yeah, it's so. How much is he going to charge us? Do we know? Do we know how much we're paying for this?
I do. I don't think I should say it until later.
It is a tax write-off. It's for the show.
Sure.
You're paying for this just to have the experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is what life is supposed to be about: experiences.
You're telling who are you telling it to? I love it.
And I've befriended a number of chefs in the world, and I love chefs. It's like hanging out with comedians or
Yes.
music. They're artists, and to be able to say that I have had a fancy chef cooked meal is really. I bet you none of my chef friends have done this, and they're going to be like, "Wait, what the fuck? You had fancy chef cook for you?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And guess what? He makes more than you do. Yeah.
Well, he knows his value, which is very important in any business.
I'm very excited
know
for this.
what you're worth.
All right. We should take a quick break. I'm so stoked. The
I know.
Fancy Chef is coming. And
It's
then we have
huge.
Kendall
And our
coming.
guest.
So, yeah. We'll be back in a few. It's time to make peachy. And we are here. Joining me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Christine. And she'll be weighing in with some of her thoughts and questions throughout. Don't you worry about that. And joining us today is one of our favorite return guests. You can see him every Thursday on the YMH Studios YouTube channel as part of his podcast, Not Today, Pal. It's Rob Iler, everybody.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
No, thank you for coming in. How's the poker scene?
Everything's great.
Everything's great.
Yeah. Yeah, things are good. Life is, it's good.
It's good. You look good. You look fresh.
Thank you.
You look rested. You must have slept a ton last night. Are you are you excited about football being back?
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want every day to be Sunday. We could just gamble all day.
Gamble all
That's the only
day.
thing I have left to
Do you
gamble.
Gamble on any other sports, or is it just football?
I mean, I do, but I don't really enjoy it. Like the NBA finals are fun, and but baseball's the worst. Like you gamble on baseball, and you just it's absolute misery.
I'm not doing that.
It's horrible.
Football's the only one also, because I didn't grow up really with like gambling as part of life, but in the last few years, I started to get a better understanding of, well, there's just like, there are a lot of complex layers to get. Like a bet to a kid is, I bet you the 49ers will win.
Right.
That's the bet.
Yeah.
Right. But then you get into actual gambling, and it's over unders, and it's like side bets, and it's all that, like that. Like, do you get involved in like the multi-layered like levels of betting?
I'm not really good at that kind of stuff, but the that and also that stuff feels kind of new. Like I remember, I don't know if I was like 6, 7, 8, but I remember like putting in parlays when I was like 6 or 7 or 8 years old.
Parlays?
Yeah, well, because like my grandfather would be at the bar all day, and there were these cards that you get, like these sheets, and then it was like you pick 3 teams and you get like 6-1 on your money or whatever. So that was what they did, and it was a way that you could bet like $5 or $10 and make a bunch. And I remember my first bet, like I had $20 for my birthday or something, and I told my grandpa, like I want to use this money to do a parlay like you do, you know. And I did a parlay and I lost, and I've been hooked ever since.
Wow, so that was I got to get that money back.
Yeah, I've been chasing that 20.
I've been chasing it ever since.
This whole time, yeah.
And I forget, are you also a blackjack fan? I forget.
No, I don't really, because like, I lived in Vegas for years, and I would just see everybody come and lose, and it's just, you're like, why do you, where poker, you could win money because you're playing against other people.
I've been at blackjack tables though where our people are winning well, first of all, betting insane amounts of money, 30,000 a hand, and I'm like, holy shit, and winning.
Yeah, well, I mean, the edge is not insane. Like I don't know the exact numbers, but it's only like 56%. So like 44 times out of 100, you're gonna win. It's all about that 6%.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It took me a while to figure out, I guess, is that you just have, because it is gambling, right? You have to like accept things. But when you play blackjack, you just get good shoes and bad shoes.
Yeah.
Like there's a time where you'll go through the shoe, and you're like, man, like I'm winning like 5 hands in a row. And you feel good. You're like, I guess this is just what it's like. And it's not. You just got a great shoe. And the way you should do it is just kind of enjoy that and leave. That's the hard part. Because
of course.
The other part is like, there's shoes that come out and you're just like, this is fucking insane. I've lost 9 of the last 10 hands dealt. And you go, this is all bullshit. But that's just it. It goes well and then it doesn't. You have ups and downs.
Like if you tell a casino, I want to come and play a hand of blackjack for $1 million, they don't really care. But if you tell a casino, I got $50,000, I'm coming for the weekend to play blackjack all weekend, they're like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll give you a nice room, we'll give you that, because they know that 50 grand is, it's a very high percent chance it's going to be theirs, where the $1 million is like 54, 55%, which they don't really care.
I had also the experience of, I've never bet crazy money. But I've also stayed at like, we play a lot of casinos in stand-up, right? And you play the really, really nice ones there's a few across the country.
Oh, yeah.
And then we play some real fucking dirtbag ones, right?
Yeah.
Like some real, and you know who you are. And we play.
I've been in some shit casinos,
And
dude.
the thing is, like, they'll pay the performer like real money, right? They'll give us like a real fee to do the show. And you get there and you're like, this fucking dump is paying me? Like, where the fuck did they? Because they don't put the money in the fucking facility.
No,
the room
it's
sucks.
not the employees.
None of it.
The
No,
employees are wild.
They're all just like out of an insane asylum.
Yeah,
like, and it's all dog shit. And then you play blackjack, and let's say we have one of those just good hands, right? Good night, good little run. I'm walking out, few grand up, maybe 5, and I'm like that's to me, because I don't bet crazy. I'm like, wow. And as I'm walking out, one of the pit bosses is like, hey, where are you going? And I'm like, because we've been playing for like an hour or something. I'm like, we're just turning it in. They're like, oh, you want to come over here? And I'm like, what? What's going on? And I realized they're trying to get that back. And I'm like, you trying to get $5,000 back?
Yeah.
But they are.
You could tell how there's almost like a rule where it's like you could tell how good a casino is by how high the ceilings are. Mm-hmm. So like I've been in casinos where it's like 6-foot ceiling, you know, like and you're just like and like this filled with
That's
smoke.
a good point. It is.
Then but you go somewhere like the Wynn or Aria and you're like I can't even see the ceiling.
I know it's 200-foot ceiling.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah,
you could always tell.
Yeah, and then you walk out with $5,000 there. They're like, have a good day.
Yeah. Oh,
but
they
at
don't
the
even.
Little place.
Yeah.
They're like, hey.
If the dice hit the ceiling when you're rolling craps, get out of there.
Get out of there.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's your boy Devin here, y'all. And I'm so proud of myself. I didn't itch my asshole when I was out in public today. I'm so proud. I didn't itch my butthole. Okay, bye.
One of the better dressed cool guys.
This guy is very cool.
I didn't itch my asshole.
Yeah.
We've all had it.
Itchy assholes are, I mean, that's one of the things that I'll say was really nice to evolve over the last, humankind evolves and we get new technology. These portable wipes that they started to make, like single pack wipes.
Yeah.
And you go and you check and you're like, oh, it's so much brown. That's why it's itching. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even do the single. I just bring out the whole pack.
I travel with 2 of them now.
Yeah.
2 entire. I learned from
it.
Jeff Tate, the great Jeff Tate, a comedian. I was like, we're on the road. And I'm like, I'm going to take a dump. He's like, oh, hold on. And he reaches into his backpack and gives me the wipes to go to the.
He must love you.
Yeah. And I'm like,
wow.
Are you traveling? He's like, well, you don't travel with stuff? And I'm like, no.
I would never give. There's no one else I'd give my wife. If my brother was like, I'm going to take a shit, I'd be like, have fun. I wouldn't give anyone else my wipes.
Those are just for you.
Those are on lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
And at the house, at your place, do you have a washlet?
Well, that's, I had one for a while, and then I kind of started getting in my head about shooting water in my ass. That's from Vegas has really bad water. There's a lot of places that have really bad water, and I'm like, I don't know if this is good for me because I'm crazy with like health shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if shooting this water in my butt is good for me.
You have a theory about this?
I think how they say like don't drink the water from this place and this
Right.
place. I'm like, well, should I be shooting it in my butt then?
Spraying your asshole with it?
Yeah, I just don't know.
You think it's seeping into your system?
Definitely. Yeah. They say like your asshole sucks up just like your mouth. I think
Yours
say,
might.
Yeah. They say like if you put like alcohol in your blood, you get drunk. Like
oh yeah.
So you're absorbing
you can
that
get
stuff.
alcohol poisoning very easily like that.
That's what I'm saying. So what's coming from that water? So I just use the baby wipes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a lot of time to think. I don't have kids or.
So you won't. What if you stay in a hotel that has it? You won't use the sprayer?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid of what it's doing to your system.
Yeah.
That's a pretty paranoid thought.
Yeah, I have a lot of those.
Really? What's another one?
I don't know. Zolo knows, but I mean, I just have the boys know. I mean, I don't know.
Did you get the jab?
Bluetooth?
Huh?
About Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth one's wild.
Oh, well, I always keep my Bluetooth off on my phone and like on everything because I think I'm just like this can't be good for me. I don't even think that's that crazy. Like I always keep Bluetooth off because I'm like I know it can't be good.
Do you ever use Bluetooth?
When I do, I'll put it on. Yeah, but I'm not just like 24/7. Yeah, it's like in my pocket all the time. I don't want to have Bluetooth on all the time. And in my head, I'm like, there's no downside to turning it off.
Right.
It's one of those things where I'm like, hey,
Sure.
if there's no downside,
Then
why not?
What's the issue?
Yeah, why not leave it off?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get the jab?
No.
No.
No. Yeah. I had COVID like 3 times, and they're like, yeah, get this. I'm like, no.
No way.
Yeah, why?
I know. I did. I got it.
Yeah.
I know. People ask me, they're like, why did you get that? And then I have this very silly reason why. Do you know why?
Travel?
No. 2 of my cousins are virologists. They're infectious disease doctors. And I was like, hey, should I get this? And they're like, what are you, fucking retarded? Of course. And then I did. So I blame them.
Yeah, listen, I think it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
I just look at it as like, yeah, you do it. I don't know. I wasn't one of those people who were like, they're trying to kill me with it. But
Yeah.
I also was like, this can't be.
But now the thing that is fun is that the people who didn't get it, like, they'll be like, yeah, so-and-so, do you hear what happened?
Yeah.
Fucking got in a car accident. And you're like, oh yeah, must have
Totally.
been the jab.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, so Jamie's not funny.
Yeah.
Jamie's son got really sick, and all these people were like, "Yeah, it's because of the vaccine." This, and then she was like, "No, he didn't get the vaccine." And then they're like, "Oh, well, sorry to hear
sorry about your kid." Yeah.
It just becomes quickly like, "Oh, well," but they go on the. They also attacked Jamie for using a brown emoji. Do you know this?
What?
Because she's half Cuban,
Right.
But she's also like she's brown. She's like brown.
She's naturally
complexion.
olive skin.
Right.
Yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
her emoji she would use for stuff and on like Instagram was like a browner girl, and like people came after her and they were
Really?
like, you can't use brown emojis.
Wow. I'm gonna start just because you said that.
You should.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
My mom's Peruvian.
How dark you gonna go?
My mom gets very, very dark.
But how dark emoji are you gonna go?
The blackest one.
Of course. Yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, here I am, and it'll just be a black guy.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, my mom's a quarter Peruvian.
Yeah, there
you didn't
go.
know? Yeah.
Just see how people react. I'll be like, well, that's how I feel today. What if I identify as darker?
Yeah,
I can do
100%.
that. It feels like it's in line with what people do
It's
now.
in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So no Bluetooth.
No.
Anything else that's along those lines?
I do a lot of stuff, but I would have had to think. But again, you know what the problem is? It's not weird to me. So I don't know. Like they say the Bluetooth thing is weird. I would never put that as like a weird thing.
Is this weird?
Guys, I got this really cute matching red set. Doesn't it look so good on me? Red is like the best color ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what she is she's a piss influencer.
Oh, but is she one of these people who like tells you why it's good, or she just does it?
She just does it.
Oh, okay, cool.
She goes by PP Girl or Danny. She makes vlogs, but she's always peeing in them. And
this is why you can't trust anybody.
And you can buy videos of her taking a golden shower. Yeah.
You just can't, because you'd meet her and be like, wow, she seems really and
yeah,
then you
she's
see
really
this.
pretty.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah, she's cool.
You can't, and that's another thing. That's probably the weird part about me too. I spend over 90% of my time in just pure isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gambling.
You guys might be a cool match.
Me and her?
Power pisser. That's what she goes by. Her page is just this, right? It's just pissing.
Yeah, I think so. Here, let's pull it up.
You just can't trust her. Look at the smile while she's peeing. I can't. 20,000 followers.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that like piss.
I thought there'd be more, to be honest.
3 Stanley Cups is equivalent to drinking a gallon a day. Isn't it so pretty?
And also, you know, I have to give her credit on something here.
That's a real deal Jersey gal right there.
And look at people are like, I love you. Currently handling the morning wood with this one.
I mean, what a great comment. That's a real deal
But
Jersey gal right there.
I want to give you credit for the skill it takes to capture what's going on without capturing the nether regions that you're not allowed to post. I mean, that takes practice, you know, because you're not seeing her box. You're just seeing the beautiful nectar that is shot out of it.
And she's behind a truck, you could see.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
How do you feel about P?
How do I feel about P? I mean, I'm not a fan.
No?
I don't care about it either way. In what way?
I mean, are you aroused by it?
No.
Have you ever had someone pee on you?
No.
Piss in your mouth?
No.
No. You ever pee on a girl?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. It's not my. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's 20,000 people that are like, "This is fucking awesome." So.
Yeah. No, I'm not one of those guys.
Okay.
Are you? What do you think about? How do you feel about P?
I'm kind of indifferent. I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go, "Oh my god, P's the grossest thing," but I'm not.
Yeah. Maybe if I lived in like Russia and it was really cold.
Yeah.
I could find something like kind of comforting about it.
Sure.
But we live in fucking Austin. Piss is disgusting.
Yeah, piss.
You know
I
what
mean, piss smell is pretty bad.
Yeah,
usually.
110 degrees here. Imagine somebody trying to turn you on with piss.
Yeah,
so gross.
Like when you walk into a gas station bathroom and it's like they could
Oh,
haven't cleaned it.
it's
You're like,
so bad.
"Fuck."
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Okay, my happiest find in the last few months, probably this year actually.
Wow,
is who I'm going to show you right now. He goes by Fancy Chef.
570-604-3868, 702-742-1784, 516-713-9493, Book me.
He's got
Book me
multiple phone
now.
numbers. Okay.
Mansions, castles, yachts, penthouses, only. Only. Only.
So
Love him.
He's out for hire. He just does, like he said, high end only. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars that he has given himself on his jacket there, on the collar and on the breast pocket.
Does it say international chef? That's always cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
International chef. On the other side, it says things like master chef, pastry chef.
He's kind of giving himself some valor on the neck. You see the 5 stars on the neck?
5 stars on the neck.
Wow. And like
beautiful and nice by the chef. I'm gonna add this milk here. Beautiful, beautiful.
Look at the hat.
Look
Beautiful
how beautiful.
and nice.
Look how nice. Look how tantalizing. Let's look. I want you to book me. I want you to book me now. You never seen this before. Never been done. I got lamb chop. I got strawberry. I got honey. I got honey ranch. I got beautiful stuff in there. Nice. Got gold. How nice. I cooked that lamb to perfection. When I
Lamb, strawberries, and honey in a wine glass.
Yeah.
He's like, you've never seen some shit like this before.
in the 90s, this guy would be a hip hop artist in New York. With those glasses in the previous one, I thought he was going to be like,
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be spitting some shit.
Yeah. No, he's just showing you what he does here.
I think that's the back of the hat that he has in the front, right?
I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful, delicioso. That's so delicioso. I want you to dial my number. I want you to dial it now. 570-604-3868. Look how nice. Look how tantalizing. Dial my number now. Beautiful and nice by the chef. Ah!
Oh, wow, there's someone else there.
There's other people there.
I saw a person's hand. I thought he was alone for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, you do well. Would you hire him?
I mean, he wouldn't work in my apartment. I live in a fucking 1-bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
He does only mansions and castles.
Gross.
Yeah, we got to have him at your place.
I can look at these burgers and I can also touch them. The firmer they are, the more they're done. I can look at them also, I could tell the structure on them, they're done. All right? I could tell without even using my thermometer. Big burgers. $1,000 a piece.
$1,000 a piece.
Put caviar on them. Raise them to $1 million. Those burgers.
Wow.
This is like...
To be honest with you, I don't. He is incredible because I don't even think I could get food to look like that.
Oh no, you couldn't.
How do you do that?
Cool Guy Club.
It takes skill. I mean, also that pan has not been cleaned maybe ever.
Oh, so is this guy on Instagram? Where is he?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many? Does he have more followers than the Piss Girl?
What's my favorite meal?
He's gonna.
You know what I tell him? Peanut butter and jelly. And guess what? I put bananas on it too. Yep.
Those are
I
too
put
big,
bananas
chef.
on my peanut butter and jelly.
You got to slice
Yep.
them thinner for the
Sure
sandwich.
do. Peanut butter and jelly.
That's way
with
too
bananas.
big.
You know when a cartoon character, their
Yep.
glasses cover their hat, and you're
Sure
like,
do.
nobody would ever do that.
I like it. I love it. Beautiful.
Beautiful
Book
and
me
nice.
now.
Book me now.
I want you to book the chef. You got an event, holidays, book me now. You want my peanut butter and jelly? I'll make it for you. Thanks.
I really like this guy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. You know what, too? I think I'd like to go see who he follows on Instagram.
Well,
because I feel like he follows
like top tier chefs.
No. I think I don't think he follows any chefs. I think he follows people who those kind of people who tell if you say someone's name and tell them what to do, you'll get them to, because he's like, you're gonna book me.
Oh,
you
right.
know,
Well,
that
look,
kind of vibe.
He's following Cooking Style, Personal Chef Cal, Cakes by Tamara, Amy's Little Cakes.
Wow, he must not watch them. SpongeBob. He follows SpongeBob
does follow
SquarePants.
Chef Richard Ingram. Yeah. A lot of kitchen stuff. Pizzerias. Another chef there. Yeah, he's like, we are one. We're one unit.
I bet all the chefs he follows are just hot chicks that he likes to watch, because
It
there's
could
no way
be.
he's following a single direction.
No, he's not. He said he's been in the kitchen for 40 years.
Right, yeah. So he doesn't need...
His comments are awesome.
He's got more followers than the Piss Girl.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, people write.
I'm gonna, look how nice it is. I'm gonna put it in the oven to bake. That's gonna
That
come
shit
out
got
nice.
garnishing and ain't even cooked.
I got so many spices. I got so many herbs. I slid it 2 times.
You've outdone yourself, chef.
Right through that. The beauty of this.
Chef, you left the stickers on the pepper.
I've created the masterpiece by me being
He put cilantro on fish,
That's
and
crazy.
it's not even cooked.
That's crazy. It's fucking crazy. What's that one? That's a store-bought cake. He does that a lot. He puts fruit on store-bought cake.
Oh, wow.
He's like, check this out. I just made this.
Wow, thank you, chef.
Just take the strawberries right out of the container. No need to wash them. Don't worry about the explosive diarrhea. Chef, you did it again.
Chef, you did it again.
Bro bought the shit out of the market. Yeah, he loves strawberries. He puts them on everything.
Yeah, I really like. He's got the playfulness of a child, you know.
Yeah,
yeah. Like kids do this. Like they can't stop, you know.
Yeah. And they go, I just want to do it again. That's what kids do. They go, I want to do it again.
Right. And like, yeah, you put all the strawberries on there. Oh wow.
A rose. Beautiful. Beautiful and nice. Beautiful and nice.
That's actually not terrible compared to what I would do if someone told me to decorate a cake.
He's just taking the flowers that somebody probably put in that vase.
I love how he feels zero pressure to narrate what he's doing, or
Well, he's like, you're just watching a master do his thing. So
right. Yeah. This is like watching those Japanese guys make the sushi and they don't say a word. Brilliant.
Beautiful and nice. That's.
You got to have him on here.
We've tried.
No.
We've called all the numbers.
Tell him.
Wow. All the different flowers, too. You would think you would go for some type of cohesion.
If you just tell him you'll hire him and then you'll pay him to be on here, I mean, there's no way this guy wouldn't come on.
I don't know.
Have him cook for everybody. You know how like
I would be very excited.
yeah.
Oh.
No, like doesn't Bird has that guy come and like smoke stuff?
Yeah,
This could
Dave
be
Williamson,
your
yeah.
version of that. This guy could follow you on the road. You have him on the bus with you.
Asking all the flowers edible.
Someone's encouraging him.
No, they're not.
You done?
You do, what about you? Are you done? Okay.
Wow.
Jesus. Go to one of his, his one where he's telling you what to do. Let's see here. Yep, there's a lot of, he likes putting fruit in cups.
Beautiful and nice. I'm gonna add this ranch over this ranch. I got this Cardi B whips. Just watch.
Ranch?
I got this Cardi B whips. How nice and beautiful. How nice and beautiful and tenderloin.
The comment says Chef glitched out.
How beautiful and nice. Oh, how nice and beautiful.
And the phone's always ringing.
And nice.
Now I know why.
How beautiful.
It's always ringing. It's always ringing, dude.
That's you trying to get him.
Yeah, that's me. Being like, Chef, answer, please.
I love this guy.
Yeah, it's
big fan.
A lot of stuff in wine glasses. A lot. And then here he is like telling you what's up. Like sometimes he's just
It's
like
extravagant.
Okay, let me help
Wine
some
glass.
of you people out. 40 years plus I got in the kitchen. 40. No one gave me this jacket. I earned everything. I earned it all and more. I've been in the kitchen since 4 years old. You see that? See that number? 4 years old. I've been in the kitchen 40 years plus. Hours, decades, months, 16 hours, 14 hours.
does have many different hours.
8 hours,
in the
12
day.
hours in the kitchen. I worked every station you can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you a chef and you in the kitchen, you got to know what you're doing. And I know what I'm doing with 40 years. 40 years. All right? 40 years.
Got it?
Put that in your pipe and smoke
You hear it?
40
It's ringing.
years, and
Yeah.
I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of it.
Answer
And
your
the
phone.
chef
Everyone's trying to
can
book
make
you.
Anything that I can't make. And a lot of you chefs, You know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't make Southern food. I can't. Name me a chef
40 years of strawberries.
that is, that can make soul food. You can't make it, and you know it.
Okay, we're
So
good.
don't talk to me about being a chef. I've been in it my entire life.
Oh, good. We're good.
You know what I think is going on here? I think he has a voice in his head or like a little guy on his shoulder who's
Yeah.
like, you're not a real chef. And then he has to go on the rants of like, I am a real chef. Because people seem to be really nice in his comments and like encouraging him, but he's like challenged. Like he's coming out on every post being like, I am a real chef.
You can make a jacket if you want to. You can just order that jacket for sure.
Yeah.
We should order a similar jacket.
Yeah.
You know?
But you should put 6 stars on yours.
Yeah, 6 stars. And list every type of chef you can be.
Yeah.
All types of
You
chefs.
should say 22 hours.
22 hours a day in the kitchen. I've been in here 41 years. Yeah,
ranch.
Yeah.
He was putting ranch
Look
on
how sexy, look how beautiful, look how nice. The chef presents to you his pink red rose petal dessert, fresh fruit with a splash of champagne. Look at beauty, look at greatness, look at love. Bow, 570-604-3868. Get at me, I'm for hire. Don't be shy. Bow.
I think you got to sweet talk this guy a little more and get him here. I don't think you're doing.
I know. We got to try more. We
Yeah.
have to try more.
He's got a. He can cater the show.
I know. But he also, do you have the I'm booked one? Is that here?
Have Netflix execs call this guy. If he does full catering.
It's unbelievable because like he's always putting out these messages like book me, book me, book me, book me, you know?
Yeah.
And then we actually have a video where someone calls him to book him.
Oh.
But like doesn't go so well. So
yeah.
I don't know if it would actually be possible to get him here.
You think he's like a little paranoid or something?
Yes.
You think he's had a lot of I think
his Bluetooth is off too, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think his might be on. That's the problem. Yeah.
24/7.
This is what happened. Yeah, 22 hours with the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I see he has the headphones in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's see.
Located in Atlanta, Georgia.
There.
Okay, I'm
Start that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This evening.
okay. Where you located?
I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, I'm all booked up. All right.
Okay, but you can't make it out tonight.
I can't.
For about 12 people this evening.
Okay, where you located?
I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, I'm all booked up.
I mean, that's
All right.
that's what you want, though.
He really believes that's the front of the hat.
He does.
Yeah, that's got to be the. I'm no chef. Sorry, chef, if I'm wrong, but that's got to be the back of the hat.
Yeah. People want me, is what he posted. That's his caption.
With the glasses and the stars, he does have some sort of like military flair.
He does have. There's a confidence that comes from him. You could tell.
That's why I'm saying like he reminds me of like a hip hop artist in the '90s. Like when he talks, you're listening. You know.
That's amazing. Where are you located? I'm all booked up.
Constantly asking people to call him only to say I'm all booked up is diabolical. That's that comment.
That's fucking crazy, dude. So we got the email. I have some fortunate news for you and the YMH family. My wife and I were on a trip to Ireland for the FSU versus Georgia Tech football game. Of course, we had to stop at O'Connor's Pub in Killarney to see our buddy Sham. Unfortunately, we were told by the pub bartenders he has passed away. My deepest condolences to you and your YMH family. It was a heavy disappointment to travel out of our way and have my wife bitch at me the whole ride to find out he has passed away as well. Anyway, see you in May. Keep your jeans high and tight. And your hot sauce. Jake and Emily from Atlanta, GA. So, you know.
What do you think makes it a great town?
All right, kid. Not hard at the door.
Yeah, lots of tourists around. It's great, isn't it?
Great, give it your boy.
Loved
Poor
him.
guy. He was awesome.
All-time favorite.
And what's your favorite thing about Killarney?
Timmy Connor, my best singer, shut it in. Timmy Connor from Shut It In.
We should put subtitles on to see what the subtitles think he's saying.
Unbelievable. Poor guy. Can you
Rest
believe
in
that
peace.
guy's not alive anymore? Jesus Christ.
Didn't see that one coming.
Oh.
What's the pint of Guinness like here, Sham?
Good. But I love just in my life.
So you recommend Killarney anyway? Best town in Ireland?
Best town in Ireland.
Yeah.
True son.
And what age are you now, Sham? Do you mind?
71 gone. My birthday this season is 71 gone.
71.
Wow.
I think. That's when this was filmed, so he'd be probably 80 or something.
It was time to let him into heaven. They're like, should he get in there? Like, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know anything he's said in the last 30 years.
I'm God and I don't know.
Yeah. Can someone tell me what this guy's been saying?
It's incredible. So, well,
Rest
long
in
live
peace.
the Sham, the Killarney guy, and rest in peace, sir. We were big fans. You've been living in Austin now for how long?
I think 2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Have you made some good friends?
I'm not a make friends guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why we are gonna pay for it. We want to send you here.
I hosted a dinner for 8 great men last night here in Austin, Texas. These were entrepreneurs, coaches, creators, and high-level performers. My intention in bringing together this group was to create a space where men could connect on a deep level. I've requested that no one bring alcohol to ensure the conversations were genuine and sincere. The prompt of the night was, what's the hardest lesson you've had to learn, and what's the story behind it? We all took turns sharing our stories with the group, followed by time for follow-up or reflection questions. We even got to celebrate a 29th birthday. All in all, the night couldn't have gone better. You truly are the average of the people you spend the most time with, and these men inspire me to be and do better.
How'd you like to go to that?
Unfortunately, I'm allergic to dogs.
Oh.
I saw dogs and I would have loved it, but yeah, I'm allergic.
Well, guess what? They're having another one, and we can request that the dog not be there.
No, dogs are part of the. You're an average of the people you spend the most time with.
That's
Dogs,
right, that's true.
Dogs have to be part of the.
You are
the
allergic to
retreat.
dogs?
Yeah.
Damn.
Half. I'm allergic to short-haired dogs only.
Gotcha.
Long-haired dogs, no. Hypoallergenic. Those dogs, I think I would have been allergic
Seriously?
to. Seriously? Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's too bad.
Yeah, no, I could. Oh my god, this is.
I know.
I gotta
rough.
say, the food got me a little. Like
It's
that's
nice steaks.
and no alcohol. I'm a big no alcohol guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but I can't. I don't like to hang with anybody. These guys make me blow my brains out.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Not for 1 second. They'd be like, "What's the hardest?" I'd be like, "Shut the fuck."
I couldn't go to one of these either.
No.
No way.
No way.
They'd be like, "What's the hardest lesson you learned, and how'd you overcome it?" I'd be like, "Well, when I came here, and I'm gonna walk out now." So,
Yeah.
this is fucking terrible. Opening up to strangers like that.
And then when they're leaving, they're like, "I just made best friends for life," and I'm like, "I don't like
Let's all
you."
exchange information. I got really good at this too, by the way. I've been having so much fun with this. Is when people are like, "Hey, can I get your number?" I just give them a random phone number.
You should give them Chef's number.
I do it all.
51442.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, memorize Chef's number.
Yeah, I just make up numbers.
Yeah, that's good.
And then they're like, "All right, I sent you a text." I'm like, "All right, I left it in the car. I'll go check it in a minute."
Yeah.
And emails too. I make up emails. I just completely make up emails and I give them to people.
You know Joe Gatto, the guy from Impractical Jokers, who he came on our show. Really, he's such a nice guy. And we went to dinner, and he's such a nice guy. And he goes, for like, I don't know how long he said, whatever, 10, 15 years. Anytime he saw somebody like, sign up for this, he would sign up using Sal, the other guys,
That's the best.
his home address, his phone number, like everything.
Yeah.
And it would like, Sal would get new numbers, like try and change things, and it would just be like his mailbox anywhere he'd go would be
And he
full
never
in a
knew
day.
what was going on?
And he never knew what was going on for years and years and years.
That's hilarious. I did that to Sickler a few times. I signed him up for mailing lists for comedians I knew he didn't like.
Oh, yeah.
Like we would make fun of people, and then he'd be like, "Yeah, I get this fucking mailing list for this ass." I'm like, "How's that happening?"
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. That's great. That's very funny of those guys too to do that.
So how do you think these guys? Oh, because they're on social media, so they find like we're hosting a guys. Because I'm like, as a guy who's not on social media, I wouldn't even know how to find like a guys' dinner in Austin.
I have no idea.
Like you just Google like man dinner.
Yeah, I mean, we also this one was where was this here? This was a different. This was for women.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is outside of
You
a
gotta
Bert
find
Kreischer show.
the man one, where he's like pushing, where he's like, push me, and he pushes them all the way and screams and cries. That one is fucking fantastic. Yeah, but there's these camps that people sign up for that, yeah, release your anger or, I mean, also the qualifications to host this, I believe, are none, right? You just go like, oh, I'm the person. Like you could host one. You could be like,
it's actually less than none, because if they were qualified to be hosting other stuff, they would be. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and they're doing this. They're like, no, you come and I
"Meet me in
organize
the
yells.
woods."
Yeah. I organize shouts. No, this is I don't.
did
even
you sign
know.
up and give your deposit yet? Okay. Well, yeah.
But it's listen. It is one thing to do this. If someone's like, I'm so angry, I gotta get it out. But then like, there's a camera in their face and they're doing it, which makes it real crazy. I don't,
because you don't want this footage out there.
Could you imagine if you were on a walk in the woods and heard this?
Yeah, terrifying.
That would scare the shit out of me.
It's
You just
terrifying.
heard 50 women screaming out of nowhere.
So horrible. Absolutely horrible. Let's see here. This is also. Oh, you have it? Oh, fuck yes, dude.
Is this the one? This was the trailer for the one in Austin that we were looking at.
Let's see. There you go. Okay. Yeah, that's not the actual one I was looking for, but it's, you know, this is the one I was looking for is this guy has him push him like down a gravel road, and he just keeps screaming. He's like, ah, as he like pushes him down, and then he breaks down crying kind of at the end.
It actually seems really nice if you just took every dude out of there. Like,
Yeah.
like they're showing the fire and the ice bath and
Nice,
the food,
right?
and you're like, this seems really nice. But then you have all these guys like crying.
Yeah.
Look at this, the pause.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a guy. I think half of the pauses on this video would have been a guy crying or screaming. Why do you?
Bawling. Yeah.
I don't know what's the appeal.
I guess this is a lot of like what these guys need, right? A lot of them
Just like hug me with my shirt off.
hug me, you know, I don't get my emotions out, you know, repressed.
But then how do they know they need this? Like, that's the thing. It's like, can't if you're in touch with that enough to know you need this, I don't know. I think,
you
people
have
just
to
want to
feel
hang.
kind of stuck to sign up for something.
Imagine these are just all guys with bad breath.
Oh,
You know, because it's like they can't. It's like, why do you need to hang with people so? Why do you need to find people to hang with so bad? They just all have bad breath.
I know. Well, here's the thing. I don't think any of them are fun. That's the thing. Is like nobody here is a good time.
No.
It's a bummer camp. It's like you want to be bummed out. Come fucking share your bummer shit here.
No, and I'm not a good time either. But I'm not gonna make you hold me while I scream. But I'm not. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't want to know?
No. It's just the worst.
It's horrible. Yeah. No, I'd want to die.
And then edit, like, imagine sitting in a room having to edit this video, like putting guys crying to mute, like just the whole thing.
And the
It's
worst
just-
part is, like you mentioned earlier, if you did do this, let's say you're like, yeah, I went to this thing, you know, I don't really want it out there, like whatever. And then you have like the reel making the rounds. You're like, God damn it.
No,
everybody knows I'm a fucking pussy.
But you know, they see this trailer and they're like, "That's when you release the inner child." And oh my god,
these are also the guys that are like, "Hold my cock," and then just not in a gay way, but just we can admire each other. And you're like, okay, where's this going exactly?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to fat test Harry Potter's Forbidden Journey now here at Hogwarts.
So you're gonna put your arms on the outside for me. Okay, push down for the green light here. Watch your hands real quick. Let me see. So you're not getting the green light, which means you won't be safe on the right side.
No problem. Unfortunately, that's another no here in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
And you know what this guy does, right? This is all he does. But it's under the guise of I'm doing this for other people, like
awareness.
I'm fat testing things so other fatties can see whether or not they can go. But that's really, first of all, that's not really what you're doing, because nobody can watch this and go, I know your exact dimensions, so I know whether it applies to me. It's just like, you could basically go, I guess you could look at him and go, well, I'm way fatter than him, so I know I can't go. But it doesn't really provide that service. And it makes it seem like he's staying fat for you to test rides, as opposed to, you could just do this once, go, God damn it, I'm too fat to ride rides. Now I'm going to do something about that.
Yeah, they should have somebody at these parks with like a confetti gun for when like somebody like this does fit, and they just like they just set off the confetti. It's like,
yeah. Guess what? We got one on.
Yeah, you're not too fat today.
Yeah, it's absurd. Just fucking. They're fucking plus size park hoppers,
Have you ever been seated at a restaurant and found that you couldn't fit comfortably in the seat or booth? Hey everyone, we're plus size park hoppers, and we range in sizes from 2X to 5X.
Bullshit.
Like this video and follow us for more plus size Disney content. We're starting a new dining series called If I Fits, I Sits. In this series, we'll go to different restaurants on Disney property and beyond, showing you the types of seating they offer, whether or not we find it comfortable, and we'll also review the food.
What are you going to do? You going to sit here and make fun of fat people? Is that what you want me to do? I'll do it.
Sure.
It's disgusting. What are you going to, stop it. This is, I mean, people shit on RFK, but this is what RFK is coming to fucking switch, baby.
What's he going to do?
No more fatties.
Just eliminate them?
Yeah.
Genocide?
No more. Trump is taking out the immigrants, and he's taking out, RFK's taking out the fatties.
Does he talk about the fatties?
Oh my God. His number one thing is like,
we're fat.
Like the poison in our food and this. And he talks about, and again, I'm sure people will fact check this and be like, you're wrong, you're not saying it right. But he says basically like a pediatrician, a kid's doctor, or whatever, used to see one case of diabetes in his whole career, and now he sees like 3 a day.
Yeah.
And he talks about all this stuff, and he's like, it's all the food. Like, he's like, this isn't happening in Europe. Yeah. We can't figure out what we're doing wrong.
Well, he's not going to do shit because he's not going to win anything. But
he's joining with Trump now.
Well, yeah. I saw his
Make America healthy again. That's his stance for real.
Trump, who's like, I'm 215, and you're like,
Yeah, he's eating McDonald's on the plane, calling RFK to come help him out.
Yeah,
with the food.
Come on, guys know guys wait. You're like, you're not fucking 215, dude.
Yeah.
RFK was like, I want you. He's like, I support Trump, but then he goes, if you see my name on a ballot, I want you to vote for me. I'm like, huh? What are you doing?
Because I guess he's taken himself off the ballot in like 10 states that are swing states, and then staying on in the all blue or all red states.
It sounds like a very self-serving.
Kids games.
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
It's kids games.
Prick.
Me and Annie don't vote, right? We don't want to get called for fucking jury duty.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit.
Fuck voting.
I don't trust anybody.
Yeah, they'll call me for jury duty. I did that once. It was the worst time ever. I was addicted to Percocets. I'm like, how do I smuggle Percocets into jury duty?
What'd you do?
I just took a shot. Just put it in my pocket. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And I just sat there in the back with my head down all day. They're like, does anybody have a problem with it? I'm like, I have a problem with everything, anything they'd bring up.
You just raise your hand?
Yeah. Do you have a history of this? Yeah, my grandfather. Just anything so that they wouldn't put me on the thing.
And you got out of it?
Yeah, after a while. I think I had to come back like the second day, and I was just like head down.
Man, I went one time to the pool, right? Like the pool of potential jurors.
Right. That's where I was. Yeah.
And then this was in L.A. and I was like, motherfucker. And I was right behind Adam McKay. That's what I remember. Adam McKay was literally, we entered together, like he was in front of me, and we're sitting there. And then I get through all the questions, and I'm like, no, I'm racist. Like I tried, and then they were like, that's not going to work. And I was like, oh. And then
they're like, everyone here is.
Yeah, they're like, don't. And they led with it. They're like, don't try to be racist. We don't care. And we were like, what? And then they're like, all right, you don't have it today. And I was like, what does that mean? They're like, well, you got to call tomorrow, and tomorrow if we need you, you got to come in. So like every morning you'd have to call at a certain time. And anyways, I didn't have to serve. And then Sickler ended up actually getting on the jury for like a major violent drug case, like cartels shit, gang shit.
Gang shit.
Yeah, like murder drug trafficking case.
Wow.
Yeah, so he had like a real serious case, but yeah, I got lucky. I didn't have to do it.
The first time I ever got it, I called my manager. I was like, you got to get me a job. I was like, I can't do this. Cause I was like really addicted to like, I couldn't even go like fucking 24 hours. And I was like, I can't be in this room. And then the second time I got it, I was like, I was like, I can't work again. Like, I just need you to get me in.
I did get a summons later, and I just put it in the trash.
We probably all have warrants out for our arrest.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, because when you live in those LA, apartment complexes that they have the mailboxes, you look in the trash, there's a lot of summons in there.
Yeah.
Like everybody's just like,
yeah.
Everyone's like, this is a big city. Throw it in the trash.
Yeah. It's either fucking red light cameras or jury duty or yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Check this out. Look at Nadav here.
Oh, you like alcohol and britches. Let me get the cars. I can get us. Hey, Jeremy, let me get the cars. Let me get the cars. I can get the cigarette. Yeah, go get it. You gotta give me the car. Go get it. You gotta give me the car. I'm gonna get it. Go get it. I'm gonna get it without the car. Go get it. How am I gonna get it without the car?
He is fucking wrecked.
You gonna pay for it, right? You gonna pay for it? Yeah.
Your boy's trash.
Trash.
You think that's just alcohol? No.
I don't know.
I think that's something else.
He's savvy enough though. They're like, give me your card to buy the stuff you want. And he's like, go get it.
Yeah.
And he knows not to hand it over.
Because with alcohol, when he hits a wall, you'd think he would stop for him, but he like bounces off and keeps going.
Yeah, trying to keep his balance.
Might be a little something extra.
You think so?
Yeah. That's New York? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing? Was it Perks? Was that your favorite?
I mean, there's a lot of favorites, but yeah, Perks was probably. I mean, I loved Molly. I just loved.
Really?
I loved Molly so much. It was just so good. But yeah, Perks were just the best because it was such like an isolation. Like I would take Perks, smoke weed, and then I would take Xanax or and again, no one do this, whatever. It helps to keep me safe.
Yeah.
I would take Perks, Xanax, and switch it like I had an alarm on my phone that would go off, and it was like, oh, now you can take. Because I didn't want to take it within like the same hour, and then I also had a phone number in my phone for that said cigarette, and when I would smoke a cigarette, I would call that number so that I wouldn't chain smoke cigarettes. I'd be like, you have to wait at least this many minutes before you could smoke.
So you're still on top of your health even when you were doing this stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Because otherwise, I would just chain smoke cigarettes all day, and I was like, no, we have to put some sort of.
You'd call a number.
So like I had like a fake number in my phone, cigarettes, and then when I would light a cigarette, I'd call that number. So then when I'd go to light a cigarette again, I would look and be like, oh, it's only been 6 minutes since I had a cigarette. Like you need to wait at least 20 minutes. And then Perk and Zanny, I would wait an hour in between each thing.
How long were you in your worst phase of addiction?
It depends because there was like the different phases. So some people would probably say like my like cocaine partying, like that thing was so bad because I would stay up for days in this. But then like the Xanax Percocet thing was really bad because I was so isolated. I would say 2 weeks straight in my apartment, and then my friends would call me like, yo, where have you been? And I was like, I saw you guys like 3 days ago. And they're like, it's been 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like I'll come and then I would just go out and party. And I'd wake up feeling like shit, and I'd start taking Percocets and Xanax, and then that would last another however. But again, like from, 14 to whatever it was, 24, 25, it was just drinking, going out. That was like the thing.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And then after like 25, I was more leaning into like, I was always doing the perks and whatever, but I really started leaning into just like staying home, sitting on the couch, taking pills and just like staring at the wall or like playing poker online or doing whatever.
Wow.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And did you get yourself cleaned up? Or?
So I saw like a specialist in New York to get off of the Xanax because you could die from Xanax withdrawals.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to die, and like I had in my head of like, oh, I could die if I stopped taking this or whatever. But everything else I pretty much did on my own. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive, man.
But it was just like, my doctor was basically like, you're not going to make it like healthy much longer if you don't. Like, he's like, it's insane that you're okay. And he's like, you're not going to make it much longer if you don't stop soon. And that's when I was 20, I was 28. And I was like, all right.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I should probably stop.
But now you're clean and sober. How long?
11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, of a lot. But again, it's weird because like, I stopped drinking 11 years ago and stopped doing, like party drugs. But then it took me a while to get off of the Xanax and a little while to get off of Percocet. So like, it's like 11 years for most stuff. And then, whatever it is, 9 for Xanax. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really. I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, I don't need to count. I'm sober.
Yeah.
Of
course.
I'm fucking done.
Yeah, Xanax, man. People don't know how addictive, and even what I know people, they're like, I've never tried one. I'm like, it's just like turns shit off. I feel like, like this worrying. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, we were, so back when I had Xanax in my pocket all the time, we were online for a roller coaster at Six Flags, and we had just gotten there. We were like all amped, and my one friend was like, he's like, man, I haven't done roller coasters well. I'm starting to feel a little like whatever. And he's like, let me get a Xan. And I may or may not have given him a Xanax. Maybe I didn't. But like, he was like, he took the Xan. By the time we got to the front of the line, he was like, we're sitting in the front.
Yeah.
Like, that's what Xanax do. They just shut off. But again, no one should do Xanax to describe. So I would rather wake up tomorrow addicted to everything I was ever addicted to 10 times than Xanax one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest one to break.
Yeah, because it's so mental. Like, when you're coming off of Percocets, you're sick. And you're like, oh, I've been sick, but like sometimes you just get sick and you're like, I know I can get through this. Where the Xanax, it's mental and it's so fucking bad. And you feel like, I've described this before, but like so imagine like your biggest fear was like heights. Imagine you were, they opened up like the door of like a plane to jump out and they're like, are you ready? Like you feel like that.
That's what you feel like.
All the time.
But,
and then you take a little piece of Xanax, it just goes away.
It goes away.
It's insane.
And so you do wean off of it? Is that the way to do it?
Yeah.
Like you have to slowly reduce.
Yeah. And it really got scary for me when, for some reason, like I couldn't kick the one like before bed because I was like, I'm going to die in my sleep.
Wow.
That was my fear, even though like at that time
that was the last one you cut.
That was the last one. Yeah. Because, they run you through like a thing of like, because they're like, when do you take Xanax? And you're like, well, sometimes I just take it whenever I feel. And they're like, no, you need to get on a schedule of this and regulate and all this shit. And yeah, it's not, Xanax is by far the worst. Like I would rather be addicted to everything else.
I had heard, I forget who said it. It was somebody like in medicine was saying that it has like the same addictive properties as like cocaine, like people who are addicted to cocaine. That's the same kind of level of addiction that exists with Xanax, right?
Really?
Yeah. That's very, very addictive.
See, I think it's like, it's weird because like with the Percocets and the cocaine and stuff, there's this high with it where like the Xanax, I wasn't even taking it for a high.
Yeah.
Like I was taking it to not feel like I was fucking standing at the edge of a building all the time. Yeah. So it was like, I'm not even enjoying, like this isn't fun,
right?
And you're just like, I got fucking Xanax is the worst, man. And like, kicking it, I remember just like it was the greatest day ever where you're like, oh my God. And then like a while after I was like, oh, I'll only let myself take it when I fly because I hated flying so much. And then I took it to fly and it made me feel like shit for days after. So I was like, all right, I'm just done.
Wow.
Like I'm never taking one again. And I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years, whatever it's been. Probably like 9 years.
Oh, congrats, dude. That is.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Because people try and like say like, you should be proud of this. I'm like, I did it to myself. I'm a fucking idiot.
Wow.
Like I got myself so deep in this hole.
So many
like,
people can't kick it though. So.
Totally, yeah. And a lot of my friends passed away from like drug addiction and stuff. And I think like, a lot of people are like, you think it's because of Sopranos that you were addicted to drugs and this? I'm like, I think Sopranos is the thing that helped me like come out the other side. Because I was like, I had a lot of friends who grew up in the fucking building I grew up in. They still live with their mom and this. And they were like, well, let's say I try everything. And I finally kicked these drugs. I'm still a guy who's living with his mom, and I'm fucking 28 and this, where for me, it was like, I have this great life I can live and do things, and there's doors open for me. So it's like, if I could just stop this, like things can be good, you know, not that, you know, things couldn't be good for other people, but it was something that really, a lot of people just try and be like, oh, well, you're a child actor and you were
more hope.
Yeah. And I, you know, but now I just sit on my couch and gamble. Yeah. So
it's not that different than what you were doing
at all.
Yeah. One could argue that maybe bring the drugs back.
Yeah. My dad argues that all the time.
Does he?
Yeah. Whenever we're out, we went to like a UT game and he's like, you sure you don't want to drink? Every time we pass.
Jesus, really?
Oh yeah. These guys have met my dad. Any loves my dad. Yeah. My dad's great. And every time we pass like a beer thing, he's like, come on. Like, you're not going to have one with me? And I was like, no, it's been 11 years.
But he doesn't respect your sobriety?
In his head, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he doesn't respect any.
I got to meet your dad, who I know I look like.
Yeah, you do look like my dad. Yeah. Well, he's gained some weight recently, so you look less like him now. But
great.
You look, he's you know.
I would love to meet him.
But when I wake up early, like I had to today, it makes me more sympathetic to why he's such an angry guy.
Yeah.
You know, because he's waking up at 4:30 a.m. every day for like his whole life to go to work. You know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I can't, and I'm like, okay, I get why you're angry, dude.
Oh my God. Well, here we got an email I want to read you.
Yes.
It says, "Hi Gene, long time mommy here. Been with the pod since episode 85. I'm listening to YMH 772 and had to write in regarding the hooker with the colostomy bag because I used to know one. I grew up in DC in the 90s, which was a very high-low experience. In my early teens, I used to sneak out almost every night to graffiti stuff, and doing so led to various meets with a real cast of characters on the streets. One of these local celebrities was a hooker with a colostomy bag who we affectionately referred to as the Colostitute. I forget her real name, but she was very sweet and really funny. I don't know if the bag was a real moneymaker, but a lot of people gave her tips just to keep going. Now, part of that high-low factor was that I got a good education. Senior year of high school, I beat out all the smart kids to win an extremely coveted fellowship at the Folger Shakespeare Library. Very posh. One night, on a field trip to see a private showing of King Lear in the Shakespeare Theater, the whole class is outside on our jackets and in our jackets and ties, waiting for our parents to pick us up. And who's on the corner in a green bikini, bag of shit flopping around? The Colostitute. She clocks me and starts waving. Hey, sugar, I ain't seen you in a minute. I sheepishly waved back and said, miss you, boo, or something to that effect. Stunned silence and jaws on the floor from my classmates until everyone got picked up. Nobody ever brought it up the rest of the year. Love you guys. See you on the Hunter's Block. Pain Sponge. Pretty good story. Yeah, I mean, hoes with colostomy bags, they need to work too, you know?
Where's the colostomy bag kept? Like on the side?
Yeah.
Like a gun holster?
Yeah,
type of
there's
thing?
a hole where where they kind of cut your intestines, and that bag goes there. So when you shit, you fill up the bag that's sitting on the side of you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If I could have one superpower, it might be to never have to shit again.
Really?
Yeah.
You and Annie both.
Yeah. I just hate it so much. I hate the wiping, but if you're gonna take out the wiping, you might as well just take out the shitting altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shitting is terrible. It does suck.
I hate it so much because I can't do it in public, so I have to like get it done before.
Are you on a schedule? Like, do you have
every morning. But I also don't drink coffee, so it's like if I have to, like for something like this, I didn't shit, so you just.
But you got to go back to your place.
Oh, 100%.
So if something, I don't know, that you really wanted to do was happening next here, you'd still be like, I still have to go back to my place.
Well, that's what's great about me. There's never anything I really want to do.
That is great about you.
Yeah. So you could, unless somebody's like, you want to go gamble in the middle of, what is somebody going to say?
Yeah.
There's really nothing that could keep me from going home, you know, as far as like tantalizing. Like, I'm just like, no, I'll go home.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah.
Did you follow Fartgate?
Yeah.
Did you know what a psychopath Annie was?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fully aware. I know Annie's crazy, but so we had to go to New York for the 25th anniversary of Sopranos, and I think we're at the Beacon Theater, and it's like full of people, and you're walking around, and some guy stops me, and he's like, "Bro, I love the podcast." He's like, "You got to talk to Annie more." He was like, "That is one interesting cat." That's exactly what he said to me. But when he said interesting cat, he gave me like the crazy eyes of like, that is one interesting cat, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And this is before Fartgate.
Well, listen, I've been working with him for a number of years, and I'm not here every day, But when you talk to anybody else on the staff, they go, real interesting cat, that any guy.
Yeah.
Like he's got some interesting thoughts and opinions on things. Yeah.
And then sometimes you say, hey, you had that interesting thought and opinion. He goes, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
You go, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought you said you did, and you said that. And he's like, no, I didn't. You're like, okay.
Yeah, he's full fucking
Name me one
lunatic.
time I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Crazy person.
Yeah. That's our boy.
Yeah.
But we love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's great.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, and he's great.
How do black people misbehave?
They do crime, they beat up everybody, do traffic violation. They're lazy, just collecting money from the government, don't take care of their children. They've good singing well and playing sport well.
What makes them lazy?
In Africa, you don't have to do much.
This is not lazy and I'm lazy.
Right.
Okay, so this is lazy skin.
Yes.
You know I'm a white woman.
No, you're not right. You have the lips of black people, everything black.
Oh, what's black about me? What's my lips are black? How about my eyes and my forehead? And this I have white woman hair. Look.
My head has such hair. It's difficult to get control of it. She many times wear a wig.
You like when black people wear wigs?
They have no choice. I'm all the time with black people. I have at home, I have my head.
And she's lazy.
Yes.
Have you told her that she's black and lazy?
Why I should tell her? She know.
Is my ass like a black woman?
Yes.
So you use the word nigga?
Using on me. They calling me when I'm calling them back they get upset.
Do they look like criminals to you?
In their free time.
He's racist?
She labeled me.
My dad's white.
Okay, so he's half white. What do you think about that?
Still look black. The hair and color. You need a couple more generations.
To take out the blackness, to take it out, right?
Yes, if you want.
You need Jesus, my guy.
Jesus was Jewish.
Jesus was Jewish.
You learn so much.
So cool.
You know what my favorite part was? When she said, look at my ass, he hit reverse real quick on the chair. He just reversed in his chair a little bit. He's like, all right.
Thing,
yeah.
He's Israeli. That's an Israeli accent.
Yeah.
But very straightforward. Didn't hold back much.
No.
Yeah. Pretty interesting that he feels like sharing that in public. Not everybody would.
Let's say crackhead Barney and friends up top.
I don't know. What did it say on his shirt? Did you see what it said?
How do black people misbehave?
They do crime.
Oh, it's a college. College of Performing Arts. Yeah.
It'd be funny if this was a movie.
And a bank hat, like a free bank hat.
If this was a show that you wrote, he would be driving home, and all of a sudden the battery runs out, and all these black people just start coming out.
Yeah, this guy, man, he only is like nobody 20 years younger than him would do this interview this way. Only an old guy who's like a paraplegic is like, fuck it.
Yeah, and then
Like,
and then the guys next to him are like, yeah, no, he can do that.
Yeah,
like,
they look at him like he's in a chair. Fuck him.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's in a chair.
Oh man, and finally.
I gotta hurry up because the bus is coming. Thank you.
Down to give you more, dude.
All right, thank you.
You got the other one?
Yeah, you gonna give me 40?
Yeah, 20. Another 20?
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool arrangement.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
For
why
both of them.
more people aren't doing this. All this guy had to do was walk up, hand this guy his shoe. He smells and licks it, and he just keeps giving him cash. And then he's like, "You want the other shoe? Give me another 20."
He's like, I got you, dude.
I got you, bro.
That's the thing. Like sometimes on this show, when you guys talk about stuff, you'll be like, "There's no way that." I remember like there was I think Annie started it where like being bi is cap.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't think there's guys who like to fuck men and women, but this guy we know is out there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's guys who want to lick your shoe before you get on the bus.
On the bus.
Get
On
the fuck
the
at
shoe that
there's
you walk outdoors in the city with.
there is everything out there.
Now, would you not do this?
Do which one?
Would you let the guy lick your shoes for 40
Oh,
bucks?
would I let him lick my shoe?
Yeah.
It depends how nasty he look. 'Cause I ain't
This
trying
guy
to
right
dirty
here.
up my shoe. Let me see.
It depends how the guy looks.
Yeah, I ain't trying to dirty up my shoe. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
like, yeah,
right.
yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
For what? How much though? He said 40.
Yeah.
You would need
20
more.
a shoe? Yeah, no, it's gotta be more though.
How
Yeah.
much?
It's gotta be, I like 100.
Okay.
I'll do like 100.
Niana, you would do this, you said. Yeah.
Oh, what would be awesome is you get him here to lick any shoes.
Done.
Bro.
100 a pop?
Yeah, 100 each.
Josh, would you?
I mean, well, first, hold on. I mean, the first one's 100, and then we'll talk about the next one.
Oh, shit. So if he's like, damn, that was a good shoe. You're like, that's what I thought. Let's give you a little
Yeah,
taste.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was like, ooh, let me get the other one. I'm like, yeah, how much you got in your pocket, baby?
Yeah.
What you got in there? How deep those go?
Cougar, would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How much would somebody have to pay you really to go on that man's retreat?
On the man's retreat?
Yeah. If somebody's like, oh, it's a 3-day retreat, like you have to stay you have to participate like fully in everything. How much would you charge?
What to send me there?
To go, yeah.
For
like
3 days?
You know when you're like, let's say your agent called you and you know how he's like, hey, you want to do the fucking Tomahawk Casino in Poughkeepsie or whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
If he's like, hey, I got a man's retreat, they need you there.
No.
How much? But how really? Like if there's
an upsetting amount of money.
Right. Well, I know you don't want to upset people listening to this pod.
Right.
I want to know. I want to know the number. How much you'd really charge for the weekend?
It's just that it's a week. It's like it's one thing to go to
Weekend.
something for a few hours or something, but like you're talking about giving somebody 3 days.
If they offered you $200,000,
no.
that's amazing.
Yeah, no. Sorry.
Wow.
800,000.
Probably not.
He wants to hear the millie. He's going for the millie. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
I mean, also I have a free weekend now. Like
800
without it.
thou. You got to do it for 800 thou.
3 days.
Yeah. Well, you get there Friday and you guys are hugging and you're really into it.
Yeah, I know.
you're
Can I leave
kissing.
after that? Can I be like, all right, that's it. Now you guys, I'll see you. I'll
No,
come back on
no.
Sunday to see how it went for you.
No, they're like, you'll hear the gong at 5 a.m. when you have to come down we're doing underwear meditation class. And then
1.6.
we're 1.
Yeah.
1.6. Well, guys, you heard it here. If you guys are looking for Tom to come to your retreat, your man's retreat.
And by the way, I won't be fun, and I'm not going to participate.
But I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think you have to. I think you have to cry and scream. Yeah.
2.5.
Tell him how much you hate your wife.
2.5. All the details, you have to raise the fucking budget now.
Right.
2.5.
2.5. Man, now you are upsetting. You're upsetting me as a listener.
Oh, good. I hope so. And I hope nobody fucking reaches out about this.
2.5 is just 2.5 is too much.
It's too much. I know. That's what I want it to be an absurd amount that everybody goes, well, that's fucking stupid. Exactly. And I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
So just to be clear, we didn't cover this in the beginning. Have you ever gambled on sports?
Yeah.
Oh, recently?
Not well. Let's see. Last season, a little bit. I did a sports book in Vegas, and I did I did DraftKings thing. But
Because I remember telling you you should gamble on sports, and you're like, I don't really.
I know.
You started to. How'd you like it?
I liked it a little bit. The problem is that like a lot. This is the honest to God truth. I work so many times, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even with my love of football, I will forget because we're traveling so much.
Right.
I will lose track of like games I want to see. It'll be like Sunday, Monday, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like I forget about the weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things that happen when you're home, you kind of go like, oh, it's coming up. I'm going to watch the games. But when you're on the road with it, you lose track of time and days so easily.
Right.
That I miss them a lot. I miss games that I was like, that was the game I wanted to watch this week. I forget that it was on.
You're a big Florida State guy, right?
Yeah, it's fucking rough.
Have you ever
already.
bet on them?
Yes. Yes.
How'd you like that?
One time I did the biggest asshole thing ever. Yes. They were playing, this is years ago. Somebody could probably look this up. They were playing Carolina, okay, Chapel Hill. And the spread was like 31. And my friend's dad was the coach of Carolina. And I'm with him. And I go, I'm going to take the Knowles. He's like, you're a fucking cunt, you know? And I bet on it. They had covered the spread. And in the literal final 3 seconds of the game, Carolina kicked a field goal to negate.
You got backdoored.
Yeah. And I was like, but that also made me go, like, man, how do they nail these spreads so
crazy.
And also a spread like that is absurd. Like 33 points. Like,
Yeah.
how do you get it down to that? And where that field goal made it, you know, a 32. I was like, this is insane. That's scary. But it was exciting because I was like, I'm going to win this money. I got really excited.
But see, the reason I love, like, people are like, oh, you love to gamble. I'm like, yeah, you can look at it that way. But the truth is, like, I don't want to play roulette. I don't want to play blackjack. I don't want to play these things. Like, I don't. Yeah. It's like with the sports betting, it's like how when you watch these, like Don't Fuck With Cats, where like they try and put all these pieces together of this like murder. It's like when you're watching like these murder things and you're like, I think I know who did it. Like, that's how I feel when I'm like studying like sports betting and you're like, wait, hold on. Like, I think I got something here. And then you like put your money where your mouth is and you watch it and then it happens and you're like, oh my God, I knew.
How do these motherfuckers who set these spreads do this? I don't understand how they get it. How do they nail it so perfectly?
Well, they do, and they're very good at it. But also, there's a ton of games where sometimes you're like, it was off by 20. You just don't remember that stuff. But they give every team like a power ranking or a power rating, and then they just, you know, your power ranking to get this guy, and they go, okay, you should win by 7. Like you're 7, and then like let's say a player gets hurt and he's worth a point. They're like, okay, now it's 6, and like a quarterback is worth like 6 points or whatever. But then a backup could be worth 2 or 3. And it's like this whole fucking boring thing. But it's when you think you see something, like it's like in the Matrix of like a sports bet, and then you make it, and then it happens. It's just the best.
I'm sure.
It's just the best.
It's a rush.
Oh.
And also you go like, I don't know, that guy's knee is sore. I don't think he's going to have like you get those injury reports and all that, and you start to factor in when a star is not going to perform as well as you think, or you think that somebody's having a breakout. You're like, I think this kid's going to have a big game. And that guy does.
Yeah. Or there's like hundreds of thousands of people who just hate Patrick Mahomes because they've lost so much money betting against him.
Yeah.
That's just so funny to me. Like, you know, there's people who, Jamie's husband hates Mahomes.
Just because of that?
Every time he walks in the field, he's like, this fucking, because you bet against him, you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny too. There's so many people who hate him just for no reason, except for they just lost money.
They lost money. It's fucking amazing. Well, don't forget to check out Not Today, Pal every Thursday on the YMH YouTube channel. You can also listen to it wherever you get podcasts. Thank you for getting up today, and thank you for coming in and being here.
Thank you for having me.
We love you.
All the time. Thank you for having me all the time. Yeah.
Always. Bye, guys.
One thing I'm going to say right now is that these press comments need to stop immediately. I am tired of seeing my comments being blown up every day. Try on a new dress, like this color of a dress. Enough! So I suggest you knock it all off about me wearing dresses and having them in my wardrobe, because I don't know I have any plans to buy more, because I only have one dress I keep locked up because it's my wife's wedding dress. That is it. Enough is enough. Because my whole entire wardrobe involves work shirts, work pants, and military issued steel-toe boots. Military issued steel-toe boots. Military issued steel-toe boots. Work shirts, work pants, military issued steel-toe boots. Work shirts, work
Hey, you just watched an episode of Your Mom's House. I hope you enjoyed it. And if not, watch another one. Maybe you'll like that one. They're everywhere. Look, I don't know. Replace them in like cubes or squares or whatever this is. Just click another one. Maybe you'll find one you like. Or someone will get hurt and everybody likes that. And don't forget to subscribe.